Hello, I'm Amber.
I'm Kaitlan.
And I'm Becky.
And you're listening to
Fangirls Anonymous. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
I can see it.
Then you're in the right place if it's us you're looking for. Welcome to our 18th episode. Can you guys
See, I was
believe
going to go
Our
Pink
podcast-
Floyd with that.
Our podcast can vote.
our podcast could go and by porn?
Yeah.
So I can't believe we've been doing this for 18 weeks. It doesn't, I don't know, it feels like forever and yet not that long.
It feels
Yeah.
like forever, but not in that, like, oh, it's been like forever. It feels fun. Like we've just been doing this forever, and it just feels great and comfortable and nice.
And good.
And good.
And good.
And good.
Alright, well let's start this one the way we do every other podcast. Caitlin, what are you fangirling about this week?
Boobies and glitter.
Boobs and glitter!
I just got done, Saturday was my show, like I had talked about on the episode Boobs and Glitter, and it was a lot of fun. Kevin and I went to Seattle, and it was 90 degrees, which wasn't so fun. It was really hot. And then when we got to the venue and everything was great, and it was just, I haven't done burlesque in forever, and for me it was just very interesting and inspiring to get back into it, and I'll get into that in a minute. But, so like I said with Wheel of Tease, it's full improv. You get one wheel that has the music, one wheel that has the props. Well, and the band's live. It was the Debaucherants, and they're kind of like a klezmer cover band, like ba but cover music. So the song I got was Sinner Man, and was very well done, and the props I got, were two really big slinkies. But I had no idea that they were really big slinkies. I thought that they were just one normal size slinky, and I'm like, okay, shouldn't be too bad. And I walk out onto the stage, and the song's playing, and I'm doing my kind of coy playing with the audience sort of thing, and I see these two bigger size slinkies, and I'm still, playing with the audience, and Kevin said that, because he was in the audience, he said that the moment I lifted up the slinky to kind of look at it, I made the best, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this look? And proceeded to pull that whole act out of my butt, which was, I spun around with them and made them into boas and all that fun stuff. And it was great, and I did okay, but I did have, in my opinion, one of the worst props, and I'm like, ugh. But overall it was great. Got to hang out with artists that I had performed with previously, got to meet new ones, got to see some old friends, got to have a couple drinks, and I'm just inspired to start doing more work in Port Angeles with burlesque. I forgot how much I loved it and came to the conclusion that I still really love it and I want to do more with it. And I'm going to be working on a Facebook page for my persona, Boobs McGeek. And in fact, one of the best memories was when I was introducing myself to the MC, Eddie Van Glam, who is another burlesque artist, and I said, "Hi, I'm Boobs," and he goes, "Yes, you are." You noticed. Oh, and one of the things that, because they would raffle who got to spin the wheel. They pulled names out of a hat, and whoever got pulled, not only did they get to spin the wheel, but they got a prize. And one of the prizes, and it was right before I went, and Bunny was up performing, or Ava, one of the two. And I look, and it's a D&D manual, because Eddie's got it in his hand, and I'm looking at it, going, "What is that?" And Violet says, "Oh, it's like a first edition manual that they just made like a little while ago, and it's a limited edition." I'm like, "Can I touch it?" And Violet teasingly goes, "No, you'll get your oil all over it," and I'm still touching it anyway. And then Eddie proceeds to spank my butt with it, and and I'm like, doing the little, oh no,
the coquettish.
Yeah. I'm like, I wish someone would have taken a picture of this. This would have been my cover photo.
Easily, because D&D manual. plus spanking equals boobs McGeek.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then he spanked Ava's bottom with it. In fact, he did that so that he could say in his intro for her that, or for the prize, because it was for Ava's spin, that this manual was spanked on by the next performer. So have fun with that. And it was just cool because I'm like, can I touch it? And I could not for the life of me remember what the hell it was called. But I'm just like, oh, first edition Dungeons and Dragons. Drool. And I just rub it all over me. Anyway, but yeah, a lot of fun. And next year there will be a couple more. I will be doing shows here in town. So if you see any shows done by Boobs McGeek, please, if you're in the Port Angeles area, check them out. They're going to be fun. I'm really excited about them.
Yeah. Should be awesome.
Yes.
It's
Awesome.
We definitely need more burlesque shows, quality burlesque shows around this area.
I agree. That's all
Yeah.
I'm going to say.
Yeah.
All right, Becky, what have you been fangirling about this week?
It's been hard to fangirl lately. Things are getting crazy around the house. Just being a mom of 3 smaller nerds can be challenging.
Yeah.
But I have started Stranger Things finally.
Woo.
And let's see, I think I'm about halfway through episode 5 now. Because I still want to get back to watching Penny Dreadful, but it's a little difficult when it's like so not kid friendly.
Yeah.
And you have 3.
Yeah, and then by the time they go to bed, I'm done. I'm pretty much done. But school is starting again soon, so yay!
It's the most
Wonderful time of the year.
And it's the magical year because this year, all 3 of my kids can go to school and be gone for most of the day, and I love them dearly. I love them. But oh god.
But mommies need a break too.
Yes. Yeah. But Stranger Things is fantastic so far. I'm definitely loving it, and
I love Winona Ryder's performance. I really did.
she's doing great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come clean and say I'm not a big Winona Ryder fan. But
That's all right.
I have seriously loved her performance in this so far. It's really on point. She's actually really tugging on my heartstrings a bit.
Yeah. Well, it's so easy to relate to her.
Yeah.
Because she's a mom.
Yeah.
And she's dealing with mom things.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's just
And she's doing it really well.
The thing that really got me though was the guy that plays the chief.
Oh, I
Looks
love him.
So much like this guy that I know.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I actually texted him. I was like, "Have you seen Stranger Things?" He's like, "No," and I'm like, "You should." I just kind of left it at that. And I'll see him. He's down in San Diego right now, so when I'm down there, I think we're gonna hang out for a couple hours because he's just down there for work. It's just kind of falling into place. But it just was like, huh? It really threw me off.
You know, there's a guy that works at one of the grocery stores around here that looks exactly like a dude from Orange is the New Black. Like, I'm getting up to the checkout stand and I'm like, holy shit! It's the guy! I won't go into detail because I don't know this person and I don't want to, embarrass anyway.
Are you in TV?
Yeah.
Is there something?
If not porn remakes of them. Maybe.
Reimagining with all male cast, like The Wiz.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but I'm really enjoying Stranger Things so far, a lot. The whole, I keep coming back to one of the remarks I heard a lot before I started watching was it has a very E.T. vibe to it. And I'm just like, oh my god, yes. As I'm watching, I'm like, swear to God, they're gonna take off flying on these bikes any second now.
Right? Right?
Yeah, which would be totally plausible, but also kind of like this is sort of a lazy callback.
Yeah. It almost like it has the same kind of like thematic like resonance, and like the color scheme are so similar. Like it's almost like you're watching E.T., but the storyline is obviously totally different.
Yeah.
Although they leave it wide open for the next season. So
Yeah.
It's been popular enough. I don't doubt they're gonna get a next season. And
I bet they will.
They left it wide open.
And I gotta say, like the opening credits and the themes music for it and everything, just like, oh my God.
Have you heard the Twilight Zone thing I was talking about last week?
I don't
there's
think so.
like little bits and pieces where things, when the bigger things are going on, it's
yeah.
so reminiscent of Twilight Zone. It's like, did I switch shows and I missed it?
Yeah.
So,
it's
good.
So good. Love it.
And then also, you got to see the new movie that we haven't seen.
Watched Suicide Squad today. Yes.
Tell us about it without, spoiling too much.
Okay. I think I'm so critical when I watch movies. Like, I will pick apart a plot to death. And the plot I found to be seriously lacking, really. I thought it was kind of a clusterfuck.
So it was way more about the characters.
It was,
than that.
yes. I loved the characters. The characters were great. Not a big fan of Jared Leto's... Leto? Whatever. I don't know.
Jared,
Not a big
male.
fan of his turn as the Joker. I mean, it was okay.
I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on that.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people either really like it or really hate it. I'm kind of in the middle where I'm like, it could have been better.
Could have been worse.
Yeah.
Well, if you're sitting
Pretty
there going,
much.
meh,
Yeah.
then I don't think he did his job.
No, But Harley, oh my God, I loved every minute of Harley.
Well, they've already agreed to give her her own
spin-off
Yeah.
that's going to be
like,
produced
already.
by Margot Robbie.
Excellent.
It's going to have Poison Ivy in it. It's going to have
Yes.
pretty much all of the female villains in it, and my child's already excited. So
Nice.
Well, and she was already kind of the star of the show before the movie even was out.
Yeah.
She's been a really popular character with fans for so long. I'm kind of surprised they didn't just sort of skip over Suicide Squad and just do like a Harley Quinn movie and then do Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Well, no. DC needs its clusterfucks.
Well,
Like, that's kind of their thing now. Like,
they're trying to get things figured out, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, Marvel keeps
still
coming out with these movies that are just, like, huge, and there's so many characters and everything. But the thing is, with Marvel, they've been nailing the main storyline.
because they have the money.
Yeah.
And they have like Abrams, and they've got
well, they have decent script writers.
And Whedon.
Yeah. Good
it's
luck,
kinda,
DC.
Yeah.
You're up against Whedon.
But it does make me worry a little bit about, we're all super excited for Wonder Woman. It makes me a little apprehensive.
It makes me nervous, to say the least. I mean, if it had that Marvel moniker on it, I'd be like, dude.
Heck yes.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's
But
why I'm
she's
so
DC.
excited for Doctor Strange, because
Yeah.
it's got the Marvel.
Because he's Marvel, yeah.
Thank you, Misty! You see the Marvel logo come up and you're like, this gonna be good. Whereas with DC, it comes up and it's like, please don't ruin it.
Yeah.
Please
Well,
be good.
yeah,
Instead of it's
and
going
I
to be
gotta
good,
say,
it's please be
But
good.
that's what we were saying about Marvel before Disney purchased it.
Yeah.
DC just needs, for lack of better, they need more money behind it. They need better script writers.
Oh, yeah.
Marvel just,
but
Marvel had a jump. Marvel had their clusterfuck before DC even started. So DC is still filtering things out.
Yeah,
So they're trying to do
they
these
wanna-
big things,
Yeah.
and they're not ready.
Yeah. Absolutely not ready. I gotta say, though, I was actually pleasantly surprised with Will Smith's job of doing Deadshot.
How was it?
Deadshot is one of my favorite characters, and he actually did really, really well. I was impressed. I'm like, please don't butcher it, please don't butcher it, please don't butcher it. And he really didn't. Made me really happy.
How many classic Will Smith one-liners were there?
Not really that many.
Good.
No, I was afraid he would bring the goof. He did not bring the goof.
That's good.
Yeah. That's what I was afraid of. I'm like, don't be fucking goofy, because like
he does have that serious streak though. Like, he does really well in those serious roles when when he's given them.
Pursuit of Happiness was beautiful.
Oh my god. So good.
So I did have hope, but whereas like the whole tone of the movie like would easily give him the space to bring the goof, but he didn't, and that made me super happy. But DC, with their animated movies, they're doing so good on story. Like, if they could just have, like, those people write the movies, they'd be golden, for real. Like, the animated movies have been fucking excellent.
Because they don't have to rely on special effects.
Yeah, and there's that.
They have to rely on story.
Yeah.
Whereas with the movies, they think that they can just rely on special effects and stuff.
Yeah, and they're doing completely backwards.
Yeah.
They haven't learned by watching other, like, I know DC didn't do Transformers, but you can think that they probably have seen those movies and see what happens when you sacrifice storyline to make room for more special effects. Yeah.
We don't need special effects, guys. We need a good fucking story.
Yeah.
Like,
we go to the movies for storytelling.
Yeah.
I mean, the special effects are nice, and but we want to go for...
If we were going for special effects, we'd go to a fucking Michael Bay movie, for shit's sake.
Right?
Like...
and even those are questionable.
Yeah. Explosions.
Lots and lots of explosions.
Yes. Yeah, but with the animated movies, like, I can totally obsess over them because they're so good. Like, Damian Wayne is another one of my absolute favorite characters, Bruce Wayne's son, with Talia al Ghul. And, like, that whole storyline has been great, watching the development of the relationship between Batman and Damian Wayne, Robin. And then you got, of course, Nightwing in there, and, like, it's so good. The animated movies are so good. We just watched the Flashpoint. I can't remember the whole name of the movie, but it's got the Flash, and he goes to an alternate reality timeline because of stuff, and it's all so fucking good. All the animated movies. Watch the animated movies. They're great. Do it.
I needed to see The Killing Joke. The Killing Joke just came out, I guess.
It was great. Yeah.
I've heard such mixed reviews. Some people were saying it was crap. Some people said it was really good.
I'm going to guess people said it was crap because of the end. I wasn't a big fan of the end, but at the same time, I kind of was. Like, it was pretty good. Yeah, so it got really... Parts of it were really dark, but it all... By the end of The Killing Joke, it's all okay.
Well, yeah, and I mean, as soon as I read they were going to make that one an R rating, I was like, I'm intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
I'm intrigued.
Yes. Well, they don't. They on purpose don't give R ratings to a lot of those types of movies because they're trying to appeal to like the PG-13.
Well, it was funny because I think I was about 12. I went to Walmart with my dad, got like the Poison Ivy collection of the animated series, brought it up there, and the lady was like, "Are you 17?" And my dad's like, "Oh, I'm buying it for her. You're not getting." And he's looking at me going, "What? You're not getting a porno, are you?" I'm like, "No, it's Batman. It's Poison Ivy." And I'm like, it was just weird because they were like, "Oh yeah, you kind of have to be 17 to buy this," and it's like, my dad's like, "Well, I'm here, I'll buy it for her." And I was like, "Dad," I'm like, "Watch it with me. There's nothing weird on here."
Yeah. But and it's for reasons like that I think a lot of adults took their kids to Deadpool, expecting something that was okay.
Yeah.
But they were very, very wrong.
Like, have you read the comics?
Yeah. Well, and I mean, did you even see the previews? Like, it's obvious.
Yeah.
Sorry, but it's obvious. And I mean, even when there were like 2 7-year-olds there, and I was like, I would never take my kid to this.
Yeah, no.
Like, especially after, you know, it had been out for like 2 weeks at that point. Like, everybody knew it was not a kids movie, and they were still taking their kids. Granted, we live in kind of an area where there's a lot of people that aren't always smart. That's putting it nicely. But I don't know if you saw it today. I saw on Facebook somebody posted, like, there was somebody who was creating a petition for them to create a PG-13 version of Deadpool. And they were up to, like, almost 1,000 signatures. And then...
You do realize that's going to take out, like, half of Deadpool's heart and soul. Yes, he's a lewd, perverted, awkward individual. But he is...
No, if your kids really need to see
That's who he
Deadpool,
is.
let them see Deadpool on the Spider-Man series. Like, for real.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to make enough cameos at this point that there's plenty of places you can see him. Or give him the comic book. But that movie was not for kids.
No.
It's not.
Definitely not.
No, there was something about, you know, petition for a 13-year-old, and so their kid could see it, and, like, Deadpool literally came back on Twitter and was like, called her an idiot, but he did it in such a Deadpool fashion, like...
Yeah. That was pretty great.
There's no fucking way.
No.
It's like if you want to be PG-13, then it's not a Deadpool movie. It wouldn't have Deadpool in it at all. Because the moment Deadpool opens his mouth, everything he says is R-rated.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why we love him.
Yeah.
But, it's... No. I didn't have fun with that.
Deadpool is a character for us sick bastards and bitches.
Yeah.
Not for kids.
It's like if they want to see
Kids
that bad, they can
all
wait
the
till
rest
they're
of the
18.
characters.
Yeah.
Literally all the rest of the characters the kids can have. Leave us fucking Deadpool, okay? Back the fuck off.
And, like, personally...
Billy Bobby backed the fuck off.
That's right. See, but the way I see it, it's like, if you're okay with your kid watching it, watch it at home when they're, like, 15, 16. Okay? Or, they can just wait till they're 18. The movie's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
The movie will be there. There'll probably be sequels by then.
The movie's a classic. It's going to be...
Yeah, and they literally have, like, a million other movies they could watch.
Yeah. They don't need to be focused
Let them
on this
fucking
one.
cry about Deadpool, okay? Let them fucking cry.
Hand them the comic books and go, here you go.
Yeah. Well, not just... I don't know. To me, it also has so much to do with the, you know, the trophy for everyone society that we seem to live in. You know? Where everybody just gets a trophy for showing up, and that's not that's just not the way it is.
Nope.
There are winners and there are losers, and if you don't try, I'm sorry, you're gonna lose.
In the game of Deadpool, you guys are losers.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, you know, put in the time, put in the effort. If you're not old enough, wait, or read the comic books. You know, there's ways around, you know, or watch something else.
Yeah. Yeah, they like I said, they literally have every other comic book character at their disposal to read or watch.
And see, I was that teenager that that preteen up to teenager, that when I wasn't allowed to watch something, I found ways around it.
Yeah.
My parents didn't, my dad would take me to some different types of movies, but they weren't like that. My mom took me to see Scary Movie, probably not her best thing to do, but she didn't know. But it's one of those things, like, if you really want to see it that bad, then
it's gonna happen.
do something about it, but don't, you know, go watch it at a friend's house. It's on video now. Go watch it at a friend's house. Do something. I don't know. Yeah, I kind of agree with you that, you know, don't take your kid to go see it, but if you're at that age where you can do something about it, then do something about it.
Right.
I'm not telling you to go kill anyone. Actually, yes, I am. I'm so proud of you. Kill the censors.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when kids are like, you know, 11, 12, around that age, they're going to find a way to watch it. And you know what? More power to them. But, like, when people...
7-year-olds,
like, when people complain about, like, their, 7, 8, 9-year-olds not being able to watch a fucking movie, suck it the fuck up. For shit's sake.
It's like, take them to, like, the 5 million Disney movies, or... I don't mean that as an insult.
Yep.
Take them to, like, the 5 million Disney or Pixar movies that have been coming out lately, or the...
Because technically, Deadpool is Disney, so...
I mean the animated movies, the ones that are G.
The ones that are meant for kids, the PG, the G,
Yeah.
no. I feel like it's like they give it that rating for a reason. They're not doing it because they're trying to stop your 7-year-old from watching it. They're trying to say, hey, this isn't really appropriate.
Well,
for your
so
kid
wait,
to see.
does that make that like Disney's first R-rated movie?
Negative.
Negative? Well, oh.
They have other R-rated movies.
Okay.
Not a lot, but they have a couple.
Okay.
And I mean, they operate under. They have multiple studios. I mean, Touchstone is actually a Disney studio. It's the stuff they would release stuff under Touchstone when they didn't want it to taint the Disney name, which is why when Nightmare Before Christmas was originally released, it was released under Touchstone.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because they did not think it was going to be successful at all.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that's released under other studios that they run that was R-rated, as well as, I mean, they didn't. If you see something that has Disney on it, I don't think they have anything that's actually R-rated with the Disney name on it.
Yeah.
However, Marvel does. I believe Touchstone has a few. So they have produced R-rated movies.
Oh, okay.
There is one movie that came out in the 60s or 70s that was kind of their attempt at a horror flick. It's called Watcher in the Woods.
Huh.
And I own it. I loaned it out, so I don't have it right now. But it's actually creepy as shit. Like, especially considering they had to use, minor special effects to do it and that kind of thing. And it deals with interdimensional beings, and it's creepy. Like, we watched it at my mom rented it accidentally, thinking it was something else for one of my slumber parties, and it was scary. And then it ended up being such a thing. Like, it ended up being our kind of our tradition every year since then. So I had to buy it so that now on my birthday every year I can watch it. But
I was gonna say with the rating, the movie ratings, if you wanted to get deep into it, the actual movie rating system is actually pretty fucked. How they rate movies and how it actually affects the sales and how the movie will be received. In fact, when Evil Dead came out, they had to they had to make their own little production company so that they could get the not rated instead of, because in some places they were going to rate it X, and if getting an X rating, just basically you kiss that movie goodbye.
Yeah,
right? You're not going to get any viewers, and so they did a little fake little front. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, so it's interesting. There's a documentary about it.
What do you remember? What channel? What YouTube channel we were watching?
Comic Book Girl.
Yeah, Comic Book Girl.
513, I think.
Yeah, she did a great video about that you showed me.
Evil Dead too.
Yeah.
But
definitely check out that channel. It's great.
She does.
Super great.
She does histories of all the different houses in Game of Thrones. It's very good.
Ew.
That are the book histories, not just the TV show.
Excellent.
Nice.
So just letting you know. Anyway, tangent. But yeah, it's so the movie rating system is very fucked.
Sure, but I feel that sometimes it is in place for a very good reason.
Yeah.
Like, had it been PG-13, I would have been like, oh, I might be able to take my 10-year-old to this.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a movie for your 10-year-old.
Oh no, not at all. I mean,
And not just because of the language. There's plenty of other, there's jokes that they shouldn't be understanding at that age. There, things like that. And not so much about preserving the innocence of children or anything like that. It's just,
like,
I
want my kid to repeat this at school?
Yeah, or even to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear this kind of stuff out of my kid's mouth.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so you made mention of Watcher in the Woods using special effects.
Minor
Special effects.
Mm-hmm.
So that reminded me of Devon's thing that she's trying to help promote for Phantom Harbor.
Yes, we can talk about that in a minute.
Okay, I was going to ask.
Because we're not really fangirling about that, but that's something we definitely want to talk about.
Yeah.
I want to talk about my stuff first. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to do my thing first. So this week, first of all, I got my tickets for my trip, my vouchers and my tickets. If you follow me on Snapchat, you saw me totally geek out. I was squealing. My voice was like 3 octaves higher.
It's true.
And it was...
Don't do it with headphones. You'll die. Your ears will bleed.
Yeah, your head will explode. Anyway, so I got my tickets. I've been totally freaking out. I've been making all my reservations and making sure everything's in order. I'm very, very, very excited. And then also, I got to read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child this week. And I was going to try really hard not to spoil anything. It was actually better than I was expecting, especially considering it's written in play form. You're reading a play. You're not reading a story like you do the other Harry Potter books. Mm-hmm. So I was a little wary about it. Honestly, if they were to break that down and actually write it as a true story, you could easily break that down into 2 or 3 books. Honest to God. There's so much there. It could easily be another book, 2 books, even maybe 3 books if you did it right. If Rowling was doing it, easily 2 books. Okay? But honestly, Rowling didn't even write this. She approved it, but she wasn't actually the one that wrote it.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Which I found really interesting. It was done by a couple of other gentlemen. One of them has written like the play adaptation for Once. But it just, it was really good. I liked how it explored a lot of the old characters. It brought in some other characters. You hear a lot in the Harry Potter fandom. You have a lot of people who say, well, this happened because this, and this. And if this didn't happen, this would have happened, and this would have been different, and this would have changed, and yada, yada, yada. And this book actually deals with a lot of it. It deals with the changing of a specific point in time somewhere in the Harry Potter stories. And when they go back and they change, like, one thing, the differences it makes is huge. It's kind of the whole, step on a mosquito in the prehistoric era, and, you were never born kind of thing. It's kind of along those lines, and it was interesting, it was fascinating, and it really followed true to a lot of things. I really wasn't a fan, I'll be honest, I wasn't a fan of Harry's character in this book. I get that it really was very much who Harry would be in this instance, where he's having trouble relating to his son. Like, he wants to relate to him so bad. You know how Harry Potter is. Like, when he wants something and it's important to him, he'll do everything. Mm-hmm. And so he's trying, but it's one of those parent things, like, he's trying too hard. And it's like in a Goofy movie where Goofy's trying too hard and he's pushing Max away. It's kind of like that. But it's just, it's really good. It's definitely worth a read if you're a Harry Potter fan. Don't miss this book. Absolutely don't. I'm trying so hard not to spoil things. I just want to be like, and this happened, and I won't do it, but it's really, really good, and you should read it. And then if you do read it, you should, send me an email, amber@fangirlsanonymous.com, because then we can chat about it, because I would love to talk with somebody about it, because, oh my gosh. It was really good. So definitely worth a read. And that's my biggest thing was I read that book, and I'm fangirling. It was so nice to be given another retreat into that Harry Potter world, and it was such a great way to be introduced to new stuff, and yet still be given a lot of the old stuff. Mm-hmm. You still get stuff from Hermione and Ron and Ginny and Harry and McGonagall, but then they actually, there's parts with James and Lily, and you get past and future, and it's good. It's good stuff. So
nice.
Read it. All right. But yes, we should definitely talk about Phantom Harbor. Going back to that. So Becky, let's rewind. So our friend Devin.
Hi, Devin.
She's one of the original fangirls from our fangirl group on Facebook, and she moved to LA about a year ago to go to special effects makeup school.
Yeah.
And she's done.
Killed it.
She totally killed it. I loved watching her progress. It was just...
Yes.
It was awesome.
Yes.
So she did that, and now she's promoting a new project. Mm-hmm. And Becky, I'm going to let you take over here, because you...
Yeah, it's one of her instructors, Shannon Shea, who has worked on all kinds of movies from Predator to Men in Black 3 and Jurassic Park, even Serenity. I was looking on his IMDb and wow, actually, a lot of freaking movies.
Thank goodness for IMDb.
I love IMDb. But yeah, he's worked on a lot of things that all of us have watched, and this is Phantom Harbor is kind of his pet project. I was watching some of the videos as much as I could. Like I said, things have been crazy. But this is his pet project. It's something that he started when he was in kind of a creative funk. Like, he wasn't getting to do anything creative on his own for a while. And he was like, I'll just do this. And so he created Phantom Harbor. And it's kind of along the lines of, like, Tales from the Crypt or Pee-wee's Playhouse and Mystery Science Theater. And where he plays this ship captain on this, like, dilapidated old ship that's crashed on this shore of Phantom Harbor, and he tells all these, like, spooky stories and stuff, and all of this was made in his garage. Like, the show, the effects, the miniatures, like, a lot of practical effects blended with digital, and puppet. There's the goblin puppet that I think is, like, kind of creepily adorable. And apparently really became a very popular character. So what they want to do with that is they want to create a suit with like an animatronic mask on it and everything, and to, like, really take that character and costume and go all the way with it. Mm-hmm. And he really wants like, fans and students of visual effects and makeup to be really involved. And he's, like, encouraging people, like, hey, fans, come be on the show. Come help make the show. And, like, I think it's going to be really great and a whole lot of fun for a lot of people, and a really good opportunity for students and, you know, interns or whatever. Yeah. Creative people. This is going to be something super fun for them to work on. Mm-hmm. So there is a GoFundMe. Let me pull up.
You can pretty much just go and look up Phantom Harbor.
Yeah, and I'm gonna include links to include with the blurb for this episode. So we'll have links at the bottom for the GoFundMe and the Facebook page, and there's an Instagram and everything. But I am really kind of excited to see where this goes. Like, I had never actually heard of Phantom Harbor until Devin had brought it up, and I'm like, well, this is interesting. And so, kind of like in bits and pieces, I was able to get more familiar with it, and I was like, this is really cool. I think it would be a great opportunity for people working on their skills, or just wanting to, like, be involved with something that they're interested in. Like, horror fans, take note, this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a really interesting project, and definitely check out the GoFundMe if it's something you're interested in. Also, if you are somebody who likes to create stories, mm-hmm. or, you know, you're into anything of that nature, they're definitely looking for help from you.
Yeah, and if you can't, like, directly help, like, go ahead and share. Just, like, help get the word out there more, because this is going to be great.
Yeah, I think it's a great project. So, I agree. Okay, we have a little bit of time left. Not a lot, but a little bit. So I wanted to talk about the 25th episode coming up. I can't believe we're at 18 already. I really can't.
25.
Yes. So originally we said that we were going to do this for the 20th episode, but then looking at the dates, I am not going to be in the 20th episode.
Because you're going to be on your fabulous trip.
I'm going to be fangirling at home.
Kaitlan and Becky are going to be taking over the podcast.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to hear that, honest to God. I really can't. It'll be fun.
It's going to be good.
Yes. Anyway, so the 25th episode, we are going to do a Q&A, and we would love to hear questions from you guys. I mean, whether it be about how we got started doing this, mm-hmm. about how we got into certain fandoms, personal questions, whatever you want to know, we're opening up the floor. So you can put them in the comments below. You can email us, hello@fangirlsanonymous.com. There's lots of ways to get a hold of us. It's pretty easy. We make it not difficult to find us.
You know where to
We're
find us.
easy.
Well, Becky is.
Well,
Becky
hey
is.
now.
And then Amanda's going to come and be on that episode as well. And I don't know, we may just set her up as moderator for that one so she can just ask the questions and we can answer them. So
Yeah.
Nailed.
She's going to be our Chris Hardwick
Exactly.
and moderate the panel.
There you go. That's it right there. That's funny that the idea I had in my head, but at the same time, more like in my living room instead of on stage. So, anyway. All right. Well, unless there's anything else you ladies want to add.
No.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
We covered a lot.
We went on tangents as usual.
It is kind of our thing.
Yeah.
We're kind of known for it.
Our adventures in tangents.
Tangentland. Adventures in Tangentland.
There we go. Adventures in Tangentland. Guess what I'm calling this one?
Yes.
All right. Well, but you will be hearing from us next week. So same fangirl time, same fangirl channel.